Hey y'all. So on the way home, actually, first of all, these glasses, again, I don't know why I keep doing this. I'm in a black and white filter. You can't tell, but these are blue. So I had bought some new, my favorite glasses to wear, sunglasses, are aviators. And I had just bought a new pair like 2 weeks ago. Okay. And they're like my favorite pair ever. And then I had them on my head just like this the other night. I took them off because I was laying down in bed. I took them off, threw them at the foot of the bed, and have not seen them since. Okay? I have like chocolate on my mouth still. I just ate a donut. My apologies. But anyways, so it's funny because usually when I lose something, I just pray, that in Jesus' name it reappears, I find it, or just simply like, Holy Spirit, find me, help me find X, Y, or Z, right? And typically it's produced, right? It's 3:44 again on the clock right now, by the way. In Strong's, that means to return. There really is a return happening. There are returns happening in this time for so many people. Wow. And I keep seeing it like repetitively every day for like weeks now, like 2 weeks. So anyway, though, like squirrel, my ADD or ADHD, whatever you want to call it, is ridiculous. I need to try those mushroom gummies that I've seen that helps with focus. Anyways, oh gosh, no, I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, the glasses. Okay, so can't find the other ones. Not even a prayer. I cannot find these glasses, which is crazy because they were on the bed. I've stripped the bed of everything. I've washed the sheets, washed the blankets, the comforter, everything. Took all the pillows off, looked under the bed. Like, these glasses are nowhere to be found. But the glasses I do have that I've been having to wear in place are blue, which is funny because of the Cinderella words that God has been having me post. And he's been so heavy on Cinderella. And now it's like, the way that I saw this prophetically, because it's glasses, it's like I'm now having to look through the lens of Cinderella. Like, he's placing us in from the pit to the palace, right? And now we're looking through the lens of Cinderella, if that makes sense. That's the way I'm seeing it. Like, if you know about the Cinderella. And I keep forgetting to mention that. So now that they're in the video, like, I'm mentioning it. But anyway, so I was driving, and after I picked my kids up from school, and I had seen this license plate on the front of a car pass me that just said in big letters, "Why wait?" So normally, like, when I see stuff like this and I'm driving, I'll just like quickly put it in my notes or whatever. But I didn't even have time to like pull up the notes. So it was on Google Chrome. So I just typed it into the internet and hit search just to keep it saved, right? But when I went to open it back up, I noticed that it had brought up this song lyrics by Rascal Flatts. And this just goes with everything that he's been speaking about through the words I've been posting. And I'm just like, oh my God. And here's the thing. I started to read the lyrics, and then I stopped, and I'm like, no, I'm just going to wait for the video so that it just kind of flows. And I don't know what this says, but we're going to go with it. So, and then I have another song that God brought back to my remembrance that he had given me months ago. And it's a song we all know. I find this song, I'm like back and forth. I find it annoying, but also like, how can you not like sing along with it kind of thing? But we'll get to that. So this is called "Why Wait" by Rascal Flatts. Had to sneeze. Okay. This allergies and this pollen. I mean, if you're in Florida, the pollen is so bad. Like, I walked out on my porch the other day barefoot. I need to rinse it off with a water hose. But I walked out there barefoot, and when I came inside, the bottom of my feet looked like Shrek. Like green. I'm like, dang, there's like a thick caking of pollen out there. It's terrible. But anyways, so allergies have been crazy. Anyway, finally getting to the word. I'm sorry for like 5 minutes now. I've just been talking. Okay. So it says, what do you say, girl? We do something crazy. Quit putting it off. You know what I'm saying. Ain't like it ain't gonna happen. Forever's a given. It's already written. And it is like, it says, who are we kidding, baby? Come on. So this person's like, what do you say? Like, we do something crazy. Like, quit putting off, marriage. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't like it ain't going to happen. Forever's a given. It's already written. Like, God's plans, this marriage, it has already been pre-written, preordained, God ordained. Like, this thing has already happened. So they're like thinking now, like, what's the, like, why am I waiting? Why are we waiting? What's the point of waiting anymore? Like, it's already gonna happen. So why waste time, right? Like they're acknowledging that they know that this is a God thing, that this is already like they're in alignment now, and they know that they know that they know, just like God may not have, they may not have known before, like you knew. God revealed it to you first. They hadn't revealed it to them. God couldn't reveal it to them until God opened their eyes. And God couldn't open their eyes until they went through their judgment and deliverance and all of that stuff, right? And turned back to God, and, it's a process. It says the stars can't line up any straighter. Like, it's so obvious now, is what they're saying. Like, it couldn't get any more obvious, right? Let's do it now and think about it later. So there's no more thinking about it, right? They're coming back ready to do it. Like, there is no thinking about it anymore. Like, it's all action now. Like, let's do this now. They're thinking about the action. And then, like, okay, we could think about it later, but I need to do this now. We need to do this now. Why wait another minute for something we should have done yesterday? Like, this should have already been done a long time ago, right? And they're just now seeing it. I know a little church with a preacher who could hook us up right away. Love don't need a reason. Baby, I don't see how I could love you any more than I do today. Like, love has been awakened in this person, and it's just like, how can if we've gone through all the things we've went through, right? If we been separated, even through separations, and I still love you just as much, if not as much, like more than I did before, it's like, and that's how they know that they know that they know, is like, no matter what y'all went through, no matter how much time has passed, like, the love for you does not change, and vice versa. It actually gets stronger, which doesn't even make any sense, right? It says, baby, I don't see how I can love you any more than I do today, so why wait? Now, I love your mama. Let's save her some trouble. And your daddy won't mind if we save him a bundle. And this is speaking like, for me, God put it on my heart to do like elopement, okay? So I used to want a big wedding. I used to want to do the whole, the way that people, I don't want that anymore, because that's the desire that God has given me. And not to mention, it saves a lot of money for everyone, right? When you do an elopement, it's so simple, and you can put more time and invest more in like the honeymoon part, and spending time together and having that intimate time together. You'll have more money to pour into that even too, right? Which is even better. But like, personally, I just don't want a lot of people there. I don't. For a lot of different reasons, but God may have given you that desire as well, and spoken to you but the funny thing is, so God had me purchase my wedding dress last year. Funny story. I had this desire to go try on wedding dresses. Wasn't thinking about buying one, because quite frankly, I didn't have the money to buy one at the time. And I wasn't intending, I just wanted to try them on, right? And so I can't wait to one day show y'all the wedding dress because okay, so I'll just give you an idea. So if you've seen A Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff, that's just a little idea. That's ever since I saw that movie when I was a little girl, especially like the scene where they're outside dancing to that song. What is it? The strands in your eyes, the colors them one. Oh, I'll be your crying. I'll Be by Edwin McCain, I think. I was just like, that's the dress. That's the style dress that I want. So anyways, that day, that's what I was searching for, right? And they had one very similar, right? And I was like, oh my gosh. So I tried on multiple different styles before that, but then I got to that one and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the dress. Like, I hope. And in my head, while I was trying it on, I was like, I'm thinking, man, I really hope that they still have this dress when the time comes that I need to purchase it, right? Well, I'm like looking in the mirror and I look down on the mirror and there's like purchasing options, right? That I was like starting to read. It just like, it was like my focus just got like pulled into it. And so I start reading the loan one that they have. So they do like loans where you can make payments. And I hear God so clearly say, you're approved. And I was like, huh? I was like, mind you, this dress was $1,300. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I get approved for a loan, right? And this loan was through a firm. I'm like, a firm's not going to approve me because I don't have a job, right? I was like, I can't prove that I have income. I was thinking of all the ways basically. And plus I'm like monthly, like I have enough money to pay like my own stuff and I don't have no extra. And the payments were going to be like $140, right? A month. And I'm like, I don't even have that extra. But God kept saying, you're approved, you're approved, you're approved. I'm like, this was like one of the first times that I stepped out on faith, right? And I was like, God, you know what? So anyway, I ended up leaving the store, but I had taken a picture of the tag so that I could remember the style dress and everything and the color and all of that. On the way home, I'm driving home and I just kept feeling God like heavily over me. And finally I was like, you know what, God, if you said I'm approved, right? Then it's going to go, the application will go through. It's that simple. So I go and I apply and lo and behold, I got approved. And then I'm like, okay, I got a dress on the way now. I'm like, oh my God, I just bought a wedding dress. Like that was unexpected. And then he was like, now it's time to get shoes. And I was like, huh? So he had me look, I'm prepared. I got everything now. And from that day forward, I was able to somehow, I don't know how, but God says so, that's how. I was able to make those payments on time every single month until I paid the dress off. And not only that, he provided me with the money almost right away to also go and get the bottom of it hemmed because I'm only like 5'1". I'm very short. And so, I mean, not like very short, but it was a little long on me. So and that was like $200. I also was able to buy a veil. I got everything, right? So I'm set, but like, you know, I don't even know how I got onto this conversation. Oh, so now it's like, because I got all of that situated and out of the way, really there's nothing, this whole thing is going to be so simple and it's going to save so much money, right? And so if God has laid it on your heart to do anything to prepare, do it. Be out of obedience because you will be prepared and you will be so glad later on that you were prepared ahead of time. So, and he will provide a way. If it's his will, it's his bill. And that is true. And so it says, and your daddy won't mind if I save him a bundle. Girl, it just so happens that the ring you wanted, it says, remember, I haven't really read these lyrics. So, girl, it just so happens that ring that you wanted, well, guess what? I bought it. It's in my pocket. Baby, come on. That's funny. I'm so happy for whoever this is for. I got tears in my eyes, tears of joy. Let's get it done. Let's get it on your left hand. This is me, girl, popping the question. Oh my God. I just posted a word right before this about they're coming back on bended knee. God is so good. And he's so funny too. He's so strategic too. Everything ties together. It's so funny. Why wait another minute for something that should have been done yesterday? I know a little church with a preacher who could hook us up right away. Like they want to get it, boom, done. Like they're coming back to get things done and to get them done quickly. Let's do something crazy because crazy is what you make me. They're crazy about you. And you make them feel crazy. Like love makes you do some crazy things. It makes you feel some crazy ways. And that's what I'm getting from that. Why wait another minute for something? Yeah, so it basically just says, what do you say, girl? We do something crazy. They're coming back on bended knee. Ready to pop the question and to get this thing moving. Get this done. Something that should have been done a long time ago. And that even reminds me of Hilary Duff. The movie, the Cinderella story. Funny I even mentioned that because of the glasses. A Cinderella story when at the end of the movie, she goes to the football game and he's like playing or whatever. And she gets up and she's like, I can't do this anymore. Like she was too upset, like over heartbroken and stuff and whatever, going through her emotions. She couldn't watch him, like look at him play. She got up and started to leave and he like saw her walking and leaving, right? And this ties this whole thing together. Oh my God. So he quits football and his dad's like, what are you doing? Like, he's like, you're throwing your dream away or whatever. He's like, no, Dad, I'm throwing away yours or something like that. Because the thing is, the guy in the movie, just like the prince, it's kind of like they were trying to do what everyone around them, what their parents wanted them to do, right? They were trying to please everyone else around them, but not focused on what really mattered, right? And I guess like even Cinderella looked lowly, right? Like, and that was the whole thing. Like this girl in the movie, Hilary Duff, was like, not the cool girl of the school. She was one that got made fun of. She was not as rich or whatever, didn't drive as much like a nice shiny car like everyone else. But he ended up falling in love with that, right? And so right before it was too late, right? She's walking away. He runs up there to her and she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, something I should have done a long time ago. And then he kisses her. And it's like, that's what the last lyrics of the song just said. Like, why wait on something that that should have been done a long time ago, that should have been done yesterday? Like, that's where they're at. They're tired of waiting. They're ready to move forward now. And again, this is not for everyone right now. But I do believe, yes, the Cinderella words I've been posting have been about finances and all of those things. But this Cinderella word also comes with the prince, right? It comes with the marriage and it comes with the love story. It comes with all of that as well. So it's not just about, like, Cinderella's wealth didn't just entail one thing or the other. It entailed multiple things. And marriage is one of them. And so that's a part of it. And, yeah, that just tied together. So all of the words I've been posting lately all tie together from this week, the previous week, the week before that, like all the way back to several weeks ago. These have all been tying together and all leading up to this homecoming of this person, right? So yeah, that's the word. I pray that this encourages you. I pray that this confirms something for you. I pray that you take it back to God and sit with God on it and ask him for confirmation, and also confirm with him what season you're in and ask him if this is for you right now or at a later date, right? Get that confirmation as well. But yeah, if God leads you to sow into this, I appreciate every seed that is sown, and I pray that God bless you in return for those seeds that you sow out of obedience and out of faith. And I pray that just God blesses you for everything that you are believing in. I pray that God blesses